saying that Muhammad mistreated Sauda bin Zama? We haven't narrated any of the hadiths or quoted any of the scholars. Yes.
Why would a woman who's been mistreated want to stay with a person who mistreats her? He did not mistreat. That's the whole point. He treated her so nicely, and even furthermore, to treat her even more nicely because he felt that maybe he will not, maybe he will fall short. He actually wanted to let her go, wanted to divorce her. Maybe she would have gotten a better, another husband, a better husband, to be with in that situation. So he was actually treating her properly. Look, but she says no, because he treated her so nice, she wants to stay with him. She gives up her right because she wants. So he was actually treating her properly. Look, but she says no, because he treated her so nice, she wants to stay with him. She gives up her right because she wants to. She's not forced to. She could have had an escape from this, person that you call a fake. She lived with him. She would have known that he's a fake. The wife always knows the husband, but no, she wants to be his wife, to stay with him. Why? Why this person earns the hearts of people so much? Was he so bad? Can a person that bad be so loved?
Ladies and gentlemen, the phone lines are open 248 416 1300. We are receiving your comments, your questions, your concerns. What we are discussing tonight is the bride of Muhammad and the bride of Christ. In order, the mothers of the believers, all of Muhammad's wives are said to be the mothers of the believers. Against one of your spiritual mothers. Chapter 21, verse 107 of the Quran says this about Muhammad. Chapter 21, verse 107. We sent you not except as a mercy for all creatures. Let me repeat that. Notice what the Quran says about Muhammad. We sent you not except as a mercy for all creatures. In other words, Muhammad was sent to show mercy to all creatures. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, David, but doesn't all creatures also include women? Yes. Doesn't it include wives? Creatures. You're right. I mean, doesn't that include wives? Doesn't it include?
Look at these guys. Look at this guy here. Look at this. They're a creature. And look at Samuel. Look at his argument. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ لِرَحْمَةِ الْعَالَمِينَ. Okay, to the whole creation world. Okay, not creatures as animals and so on. So anyway, this is not a point right now. But the issue is, I just showed you the mercy of Prophet, marrying an old 6-year-old woman, taking care of her, being with her, and then his fear that he would be treating her unjustly and let her be on, that this issue would not come, that we would not hurt her. But she loves him so much because he's so merciful. This is the proof. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. You're so merciful to the people, to his wives, that, subhanAllah, women who could escape from him because he's such a bad person, right, according to Sam. They know, they want to be close, they want to be his wives. They want to stay with him, even though they'll give up rights. They want to be with him. They want to be with him. What did she say? Not, oh, Messenger of Allah, I don't have anyone, why do you leave me, I have no one. No, the whole world was glad because she wanted to be his wife. Oh, Messenger, I want to be alive in this life and in the hereafter. She believed in him, that he was the prophet. How? Think about it, Sam. Think about it, David. Please, people who are watching, think about it. These people here, these 3 people, many other ones, may God guide them. May God guide them for their lies, for their distortion, and you know what? Mostly for their shallow thinking. Very shallow thinking. I hope and I pray to Allah that I've made sense, that I've helped you, and in the end, Allah guides the hearts and controls the hearts. I cannot. Please pay attention and follow with the other videos. If you want to know what Islam really teaches, if you really want to know what Islam really teaches, because people always think, oh, Islam, is this, that, treatment towards wife. I will give you, in very summary, and because I don't want to just leave you, always arguing. I want to leave you. Please read the Quran. Please, I just want to summarize. What does Islam teach? What is the teaching of Islam? It's just talking about wives and marrying, and as Sam and David and this guy try to make it. Wives and marrying and leaving them and taking them and this and that. What is Islam? This is what Islam teaches. Just to summarize some things, because people just talk about marriage and But this is Surah Balad, and it says, but He has not attempted to pass on the path that is steep, the mountain pass, which is the path to paradise, success, goodness. And what will tell you what this mountain path that is steep is? Freeing the neck of a slave, or giving food in a day of hunger to aytamun fi yawmin al-masjid, yatiman, to the orphan near of kin, or to the miskin, to the poor. To become one who believes and recommend one another to persevere in patience and pity and compassion, in righteousness and taqwa, bimarham. Those are the ones on the right hand. Those are the ones right. So what is Islam? This is summarizes, brothers and sisters, people who watch, what Islam tells us to do to enter paradise. Not about marrying. People just focus on these issues. Never look at what Islam really teaches. What is Islam? What do you need to do to get to paradise? To kill people? To be bad to your wives or that? Is that what Islam teaches? No. The mountain pass, the hard thing that you have to do. It's a mountain pass. It's hard. Freeing slaves, giving food in a day of famine, to treat the orphans of next, to feed the poor, to be a believer, to preserve his patience and righteousness, recommend one another to pity and compassion. This is what Islam teaches, brothers. Please read the Quran. Please look at what Islam teaches. Speak to Muslims and stop listening to people who just have hatred in their hearts for Islam. And I hope that people realize this. And I do want to end with trying to make the time perfectly, so I have to re-record it. But I do want to tell people that they really have to, when they look at the reality of the world, they really have to question the issue that religions in general have failed humanity this day because people, right, have split away from religion. They said they made religion a Sunday thing, a Wednesday thing, a Saturday morning thing. If you look at Islam, Islam is the way of life. Even though people have tried to push it away, we cannot take it away. That's why Muslims are fighting day and night for the Sharia, for the laws of God. They do not say, oh, this is, I don't agree with. No, whatever. Why? You have to ask a Muslim, what is your proof for Islam? What is the proof that this is the true word of God? Because once that is established, no one has room to question God's ruling. And when we look at the missionaries' attacks, all have to do usually with what the messenger did, what is this in the Quran, what is this ruling, what does this have to do with women? And people questioning the messenger that came from God and God as to what he dictates to them to do. But once it's established that that is from God, you cannot question. So what people have to do is stop wasting time getting over this, oh hijab, oh Aisha this, oh Prophet Muhammad fought the Jews, oh this or that. They have to go back and ask, what is the proof for Islam? What is the proof that this is the word of God? Because when we look at the missionary attacks are always, emotional attacks. And it's so easy. That's the easiest attack because people are emotional. People will be swayed by emotion. People will be moved left and right. But rational arguments, proper proof is hard, for people to establish and to, it takes time. So I urge everyone to please read the Quran, pray to God to guide you. Go speak to a Muslim just to know what is the proof for Islam. And I always go back to that. The proof for Islam is the Quran itself, the miracle of the Quran. And I'm not talking here about, the miracle of, of the atom in the Quran or something like that, which is totally wrong. There's no such thing as the atom in the Quran, as some people have pointed out. This is people who don't know what they're talking about, the miracle of the Quran itself. Go and speak to someone who knows about the Quran to show you the proofs from the Quran itself. Because people ask, what's the difference? Look, Jesus raised, as David says, Jesus raised from the dead. That's a story. You cannot prove it. You cannot, even as Muslims, we believe that he raised dead and he did this and that. We cannot prove it. It's just a story. All these miracles that these prophets got were for the ears. For the eyes, sorry. People saw them, their faith rose, they believed in them.
But now it's just become a story. You have no proof, David or Sam, or Jesus died for sins, resurrected. Even that, what we agree with in Islam, that he raised the dead and so on and so forth. It was just, something for the eyes, for those people who saw it. But the Quran was for the ears. The way we're hearing it today was the way that the Sahabas heard it. It's something that went through this medium of the senses of the ears. The miracle, we can hear the miracle, we can read it, something that anyone can go. And someone asks a Christian, what is your proof that Christianity is the truth? Jesus died for my sins. He's the one that I follow, as David says. He's the one who died for us. When you ask a Muslim, what is the proof? The Quran is the proof. Because the difference between the Quran and anything else that's been written out there as claimed to be the books of God is like the difference between man and God. May Allah guide us to the truth. Assalamu alaikum.